Sarah arrives at an old mansion after receiving an urgent, cryptic letter from her estranged aunt, Sylvia, asking her to come. The mansion is vast, surrounded by withered trees, blanketed in a quiet fog that adds an air of mystery. Shadows cling to the cracked walls, and the paint on the doors is peeling, revealing splashes of faded crimson beneath. Inside, Sarah finds the house dimly lit, almost claustrophobic in its silence. She finds Sylvia in an armchair by the fireplace, looking frail and distant, with wild, unkempt hair and piercing eyes that dart toward every sound. Sylvia's hands tremble as she gives Sarah a vague warning about the painted room, a place Sarah has never heard of in her childhood visits. Sarah tries to press her aunt, but Sylvia slips into a muttering trance, whispering about walls that watch and colors that breathe. Guided by curiosity, Sarah starts exploring the mansion. She wanders through long, echoing hallways lined with unsettling portraits whose eyes seem to follow her. At the end of one corridor, she finds a door with chipped greenish paint and a brass handle. As she reaches for the handle, she hears faint scratching sounds from inside, stopping her in her tracks. Sarah cautiously opens the door, stepping into what her aunt must have called the painted room. The walls are covered in vibrant, swirling patterns that seem alive. Stripes, dots, and shapes merge and twist, creating a hypnotic effect. The paint seems fresh, almost wet, and there's a faint smell of turpentine. In the center of the room lies a single antique mirror with a tarnished frame, positioned to reflect the door. As Sarah stares into the mirror, she notices something strange. Her reflection seems a step out of sync, moving a moment too late. Drawn closer to the mirror, Sarah notices shapes moving within its reflection that don't exist in the room behind her, shadows creeping, eyes blinking from the colors on the walls. The more she stares, the more entranced she becomes, as if the mirror itself is holding her captive. She starts hearing whispers, faint at first, then louder, calling her name, begging her to join us within the painted walls. Terrified, Sarah rushes back to her aunt. Sylvia, now lucid but visibly shaken, warns Sarah to stay away from the room. She explains the painted room was created by an artist obsessed with capturing souls, his living colors, becoming a prison for those who linger too long. Sylvia had once been drawn to it too, narrowly escaping after sensing the walls moving around her. She fears the room has awakened once again, hungering for another visitor. Despite the warnings, curiosity gnaws at Sarah. She feels compelled to return to the painted room, feeling the pull of something she can't explain. Entering the room once more, she tries to resist the allure of the colors, yet feels her mind slipping into the hypnotic trance. As she looks into the mirror, she begins to see her own reflection dissolve, her face melding into the vibrant colors on the wall. Just as her vision blurs, Sarah snaps out of the trance and stumbles backward, breaking the mirror in her haste to leave. A gust of cold air rushes through the room, and for a brief moment she hears a scream, as if something trapped within the paint is raging at its lost prey. She flees the room, hearing the door slam shut behind her, as if the mansion itself is alive. After escaping the room, Sarah finds her aunt unconscious by the fireplace, as if the house itself drained her strength. In a final act of defiance, Sarah seals the painted room, nailing boards across the door and leaving a warning sign for any future visitors. She vows to leave and never return, yet as she looks back one last time, she notices faint, colorful smudges on her fingertips, the colors having left a mark on her, a lingering memory she can't wash away. As Sarah drives away, she tries to calm herself, telling herself it's all behind her. Yet, glancing at the rearview mirror, she catches a glimpse of a faint, colorful pattern shimmering across her skin, as if the paint has become a part of her.